What's up, Photobooth entrepreneurs? Charles here, and I'm dropping an exclusive video for you from Photobooth Expo in Las Vegas at the Photobooth Supply Co booth, where we dive into something that I'm sure will be extremely popular. If you're in the market for a sleek, modern, and flexible iPad-based photo booth to add to your business, you're gonna want to stick around for this one. A few months ago, Photobooth Supply Co dropped the Salsa 2, their newest evolution of their extremely popular Salsa photo booth, and I had the chance to talk one-on-one with none other than Brandon Wong, the CEO and co-founder of Photobooth Supply Co. We talked about what makes the Salsa 2 different from the original, the new features that can help you make more money in your photo booth business. If you're a photo booth owner or thinking about getting into this business, this is definitely something you want to check out. So let's jump into my talk with Brandon Wong and break down everything you need to know about the new Salsa 2. This is Charles, the Photo Booth CEO, helping you build profitable and purposeful businesses. We're here at PBX 2025 in the Photo Booth Supply Co booth here with Brandon Wong. Brandon, thank you for taking your time today. Are you able to just tell us a little bit about you and about your company?
Yeah, well, thanks for having me, Charles. We're at the Photobooth Expo 2025, the 10th anniversary of the show. We've been going here for 10 years now, which is kind of crazy. I feel like an old man here. But yeah, CEO and co-founder of Photobooth Supply Co. Started off my career, actually, Charles is a wedding photographer, as you probably know, and trying to scale that, had challenges, and then I bought my own photo booth. Was a piece of crap. I wanted to make it a little better, so I made my own photo booth, actually. Started iterating on it, and then our friends started asking us in the wedding photography industry, hey, are you guys selling that photo booth that you guys made? I was like, hey, why not? So that was 11 years ago now that we actually sold our first photo booth. We've been growing ever since then. Now today, our newest photo booth is the Salsa 2 that we're introducing. I'm really excited to have it at the show.
Yeah, awesome. Are you able to tell us about the Salsa 2? I guess just some highlights and what makes it the 2.
What makes the Salsa 2 the 2? Well, first of all, a little inside thinking. We almost called it Salsa Dos.
Okay, Dos, okay.
But then we realized, let's keep it 2, just in case you get Salsa 2.
Right, I think that was a good move.
Salsa Dos, Salsa Tres, Salsa Cuatro, maybe we get a little out of hand. So we call it Salsa 2. So this is the iteration on our Salsa 1 photo booth, which was our first ever iPad booth we released in 2019. So we took a lot of feedback in from our customers all around the world, thousands of them, and trying to make an experience that's even better.
Okay.
The first thing that I want to point out here is it's a 3-in-1 photo booth, meaning that it is the photo booth here, the stationary unit,
right?
But also there's a secret latch down here, Charles. You can open this up, and you can actually open it. So when you open this up, you can actually see that there is a roller here that you can just lift up, and you can walk around and take pictures just like that.
Okay.
It is incredible. And then on top of that, the third and last part is you can actually remove the handle.
Okay.
And you can have this is attached to anything with a Vesa mount. So this is a 100 by 100 Vesa mount.
Okay.
So you can attach this to a wall. You can build your own enclosed photo booth unit. You can put it in there. You can put it inside a VW bus. You can hang it on a wall anywhere, a bar, nightclub. So it just really unlocks every single possible photo booth activation you could probably use off of this. I had only the other day talk about the famous Korean photo booths, so the look-up photo booths. You didn't feel like with that?
Yeah.
You can just literally mount this on a tripod up there, and you got a look-up photo booth.
Right.
So a lot of options there.
Real quick.
Of course.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Off the bat, it's very lightweight, and the Vesa mount is very popular. So you can definitely mount it to a lot of things. Again, lightweight here, and I noticed there's built-in fans here. What made you want to get the fans installed here?
Yeah, well, obviously you want to cool down the LEDs, and most importantly, you want to cool down the iPads, right? So I'll never forget this. One person told me he was at Coachella one day doing like a weekend-long activation, and he had to have multiple iPads in a storage freezer unit to constantly switch it out because the iPads kept overheating.
For sure.
So in multiple hot days, especially I'm in California, there's a lot of hot days in Hawaii, right?
Yeah.
You got to keep the iPad cool. So the fans are in here and in all of our units to make sure everything is cooled down. But one of the biggest feedback we got from Salsa 1 was the fan was a little too loud. So what we did was, instead of having one giant fan in the back of Salsa 1, we made 2 smaller fans in Salsa 2. And you can even feel, if you just put your hands up here, Charles, you can feel there's a ton of air actually coming out of there. And what it's doing, again, is it's going and it's breezing through the iPad, it's breezing through all the LEDs here, and it's coming out. Charles is happy. He's like, oh, I feel this nice breeze.
No, it's like when you're tired and you're like, you can kind of cool yourself off with the with the queso here.
Yeah,
it's kind of got some good air coming out, and it is quite quiet.
for sure.
Yeah, you can barely hear. I mean, when I set this up in my home and in pitch silence, I can't hear anything, which is fantastic. And the really cool thing too, Charles, if you want to take a step back here,
Yeah.
you see my hand sticking out from back here. It's actually intaking the air from down here and then sucking it in back in these two fans and blowing it up. So like, if you look at a lot of the other photo booths out there, there's a lot of stuff you can see in the exterior.
Right.
But with us, we try to make a lot of the beauty of this and the mechanics and the interesting part of cooling and then the handle and all that stuff inside, so you don't see any of that stuff. And really keep the exterior as sleek as possible and as brandable as possible too.
Right. Wow, yeah, there's like some rubber gaskets right here to kind of keep the air seal going on for the fans right here, just so you can kind of see that. Super cool. I know for me, I'm in Hawaii and we do a lot of outdoor events. And I also too carry multiple iPads or tablets because they do overheat.
Really?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, even just like 360s. We did an event for Disney Aulani and we're doing like a 360 and we actually have like a mini tablet and they overheat. So we always have spares, and so this will definitely reduce that risk, especially if you're in like hot areas, for sure. And I don't notice a weight. I also have a roamer, and the weight's very comparable. Like it feels similar. And it's kind of a main concern because you're like holding this thing for hours, right?
100%.
Cool.
Yeah, talking about the weight too, there's actually even a thread mount here. So if you do hire an attendant who maybe can't hold this amount of weight all day, and it's very easy because you're only holding it up like this for so long, right? When you take a picture, and after that you can easily put it down in your waist. But if you wanted to do like a really all day event, you can actually thread on a monopod here or a tripod onto here to relieve all that weight. So it's a lot easier. And this in itself is only 6 pounds.
Right.
So it is a very lightweight, definitely something very manageable throughout the day.
Okay. Are the backs removable? Like let's say we want to get to the iPad, like how does that work?
Oh yeah, so the iPad, just like the Salsa one here, there's 4 screws up here.
Okay.
And you remove those 4 screws with an included hex key and you can take the iPad out.
Got it.
Yeah, and this is also compatible with the newer iPads as well. You can see there's actually an opening on the left and right here for the horizontal facing cameras on the newer iPads.
Awesome. All right. So how do you pull this out again?
I want to have you try this. There's a little lever down here.
Okay.
You can see here.
Yeah.
So you have to actually pull this way down into the left.
Okay.
And the reason why we made it a little more sneaky is because we don't want anyone, even when they're tilting it or whatever, to accidentally pull down on it. So you actually have to have a specific kind of way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have you try that right now.
Okay. Sure.
It's easier actually to stand where I'm standing and pull towards you.
Okay,
yeah, see? Yeah. It's kind of a little trick.
This way.
It's a little secret. Yeah.
For sure. It's good. It's good.
And then once you pull it out, there's a little push thing that like kind of ejects it.
All right.
So it's easier to grab. Then you just lift it up, just like that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, pretty simple, guys. Just some stuff that I'm noticing. Again, the fans. And then there's just one USB port right here. A lot of roamers, iPad roamers will have like wires hanging out, or you gotta like, you know, fit the wires in. But here it's really kind of like a cell phone with a port on it. So just really clean, really simple, and you can swap out the cords if you need to troubleshoot. Yeah, really good design, for sure. And how do you throw it back on?
Yeah. So it's really cool. There's a little purple part in here, and you line up with the purple. So you're gonna kind of go up and in. Takes a little bit of practice to get it exactly 100% right, and you're good to go. And this happens to me all the time, right? They set up at the cocktail hour, right? And then they go to the reception, right? But then they only want to have that photo booth at the reception. Right. Everyone's at the cocktail hour. I'm waiting there, not doing anything. So you can easily just grab the roamer and start taking pictures of people at that cocktail hour, right? Yeah. Or sometimes at the wedding reception, people go to the dance floor and everyone leaves the photo booth alone. Right. Or you can just grab the roamer and start taking pictures of people on the dance floor, right? Yeah. You can provide that value to the customer, which you can upsell, obviously, or you can just include it in the charge just to like get a better experience for the customer as well. Right.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Before we move on, I know you got that base mount, which is really universal. What are you finding people are actually mounting it to, like with your customers?
Yeah, so we just released this in November, so we're still really early on, and people are just starting to experiment with the Salsa 2. But I would love to see this in malls, in bars, in restaurants, libraries, sports arenas, and putting in the VW buses. A lot of our photo booth owners actually they'll buy a guac or buy a Salsa, and they'll make their own custom mount underneath to have the head fit in there.
Yeah.
With this, you can just buy a base amount on Amazon for 20, 30, 40 bucks, right? And you're good to go, and with 4 screws, you're good. So you don't need to custom make anything. So I love to see Salsa 2 and more of these applications.
Yeah.
And mostly I'm interested in the long-term permanent installs where our owners can charge a fixed monthly rate.
Right.
That way you guys can really generate passive income with like very little maintenance. Maybe you need to update a template every once in a while, right?
Yeah.
But for the most part, I would love to see people charge hundreds of dollars a month to give these permanent installs an amazing experience for those brick and mortar locations.
Right. So cool. What are some your biggest questions you feel you've been having with the Salsa 2?
Biggest questions? I'm shocked to ask my sales team to go that way. Hey, Derek, I'm gonna have you call in here. This is Derek. He's one of our amazing photobooth strategists here. We're gonna tap him for a question. What are the top 3 questions we get about Salsa 2, out of curiosity?
The difference between Salsa 2 and Salsa 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big questions about the roamer booth mode.
Okay.
And also how much it weighs.
All right. I'll take those questions and answer for the video. Thanks, Derek.
Yeah.
I covered a little bit about the difference between Salsa 1 and Salsa 2. So we talked about it's a 3-in-1 photo booth now. We talked about that there's fans integrated in the back. It's a lot quieter. The tilting mechanism also is a lot more elegant. So, and here, Salsa 1, you had a lever in the back. Lever is gone now. This is omnidirectional poles. In the poles as well, there's a perfect cylinder inside. Whenever you fish cords through it, it doesn't get snagged. Versus Salsa 1, the cords could have gone snagged a little bit. Aesthetically too, the LEDs just look a lot more elegant. It wraps around the sides. You can actually see a photo booth branded 180 degrees now instead of being right directly in front of it. And one of my favorite things is the weight of the new carrying case. So this carrying case is a departure from our injection molded carrying cases here. It's made out of ballistic nylon, beautiful roller case. And by using this case, we were actually able to reduce the weight by 10 pounds overall.
Okay, wow.
I can show the case too real quick while we're here.
Yeah.
So you roll this out right here. And this is where you put this also 2 hand. Poles.
Very rigid.
And then the base plate back here.
You can go ahead and lift it up real quick.
Oh, sure, please.
You're in user angle, yeah. Go ahead, Brandon, you can go ahead and explain it. Yeah, for sure. So how does it all fit in exactly?
So this is where the Salsa 2 head goes here. And then this is the 2 poles, and then this is the base plate. Okay. And then we have 2 accessory pockets here for all your extension cords, your USBs, business cards, etc.
Right.
Yeah. There's a lot of handles here too, so you can kind of grab it any way you want. You can lift it up from this handle, from the side. It's pretty robust.
Definitely
we custom made this top to bottom. I love this case.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely thick batting. I feel like it'll be safe in here. You can kind of take a look. Nice handles here. You got the all-terrain wheels here. Very, very high quality case going on. What do you feel the Salsa 2 is for? Like if you were to kind of describe who would be an ideal customer for.
Yeah, that's a great question. I really think it's for everybody, right?
Yeah.
If you have a lot of DSLR booths in your fleet, this is a great way to expand your offerings, right? Who doesn't want to get more leads from every direction? You're now going to be able to get leads for roaming units, permanent installs, and anything custom really, because this can attach to anything, right? And of course you could do the stationary booths as well. And honestly, you can even treat this as a sharing station for your other photo booths as well. So I really think it's pretty versatile and it's for everybody. Also, if you're getting into the photo booth industry, I mean, this is a great booth to get started with. It's the same exact price as Salsa 1 as well. So it's a great deal. Yeah. And you're getting 3 photo booths for the price of 1, right? So I just think it's a really good fit for whether you're a newcomer or if you're a seasoned photo booth veteran.
For sure, yeah, definitely. And there's definitely a lot of people that fit this and who this Salsa might be for. I'm sure you probably got this question, but do you have any plans to incorporate another camera at all, like a mirrorless camera with the roamer option for iPad? I mean, for Salsa 2? Is that something you're possibly looking at?
We're always cooking new stuff up, Carl.
If you're ready to add the Salsa 2 to your business lineup or want to check out any of Photobooth Supply Co's other offerings, I've got a special link for you down in the description below. Make sure you click it and see what options Photobooth Supply Co has got available for you. Now, if you're new to the photo booth industry or you've been on the fence about the Photobooth Expo, I've got the perfect video for you right here. The connections you make, the latest tech you get to see firsthand, and the 2x business strategies you walk away with could completely change the way you grow your business. But here's the thing. Most people don't realize just how valuable it is until they experience it for themselves. If you want to see why missing out could be a huge mistake, click right here where I break it all down for you.